All right, congratulations! You have decided to become a Surge365 Business Associate, or SBA for short. So let's get you started off right. The key to a successful business in Surge is duplication. This means getting the people you sponsor off to a fast start. And one of the best ways to do that? A Surge vacation party, or as we call them, an SVP. What is an SVP? Well, it's simple. A Surge vacation party is just a fun, informal get-together with 10 or more people that would like to travel more, save more, and make more. It can happen in your house, at a community center, at someone else's house, or even at a Starbucks. It's a fun, casual get-together where you're going to expose the business and hand out your easy travel buttons. Here's how it works. Let's assume for this example that you have sponsored Marissa. We're going to walk through exactly how to make a list, invite, present, and close. It's totally simple. Step 1, creating the list. Let's assume that Marissa purchased a membership and also decided to become an SBA on Monday night. That means, depending on where she lives, it will be a few days before she receives her buttons in the mail. Does that mean you don't immediately start to work with her? Just the opposite. While she is waiting for the buttons is the best time. She's excited. She has a list of people in her head and now needs to commit to paper the people that she wants to give the buttons to. And she is excited. Did I mention that she's excited? That's why now is the best time to work with her. Time to plan her SVP. First, you want to help her make a list. Now, this list is gold, not only for her, but for you also. This is going to be the list that not only helps her go 3 and free, but is also the list that is going to get you closer to another $1,000 bonus. So who is a good prospect? Exactly, people who already travel. Remember, these buttons all contain a no strings attached $250 travel credit to use towards hotels and resorts as a guest member on the Surge365 membership site. So the best prospects? Exactly. Not necessarily people who need $250 to travel, but people who already travel and could use an extra $1,000 a month or week. And let's face it, that is almost everybody. Do they need to be people looking for a business opportunity? Not necessarily. These can be Marissa's peers. These can be people Marissa does business with. These should be the best people she knows, people who could afford a membership. Because remember, they don't have to become SBAs for both you and Marissa to make money. How many to put on the list? Well, at a minimum, you should get 10, but if you can get 20, even better. Look for what we call the pearls: positive, entrepreneur, action-oriented, recognition, leaders, sales background. Step 2, setting the table. Okay, so you have worked with Marissa to complete her list. Now comes a very important part of the process. We call it setting the table. Now this step is way too important to leave it to your new recruit to do on their own. Remember, this is their first time, so plan on helping her immediately. They will appreciate the help, and it gives you the opportunity to demonstrate your leadership and support. The best way to do that is to call or text the first few people right then and there. Now remember, Marissa just bought the membership, so her buttons will ship in a day or two and arrive at her house within 4 to 5 business days. But she doesn't have them yet. So how can you invite to a SVP if you don't know the arrival date of the buttons? Simple. Here's how. Now the best option is to have Marissa call one of her prospects with you right there and coach her with this script. Make sure she's excited and upbeat. Sometimes how you say something is just as important as what you say. Let's assume her prospect's name is John.
Hey John, it's Marissa.
Hey Marissa, what's up?
Well, I have a present for you. You like to travel, right?
Of course, what kind of present?
Okay, first I have a question. If you could go anywhere in the world on a dream vacation, where would you go?
I guess, I don't know, maybe New Zealand?
Okay, perfect. I just ordered your present. It'll be here in a few days and I'll call you when it gets here, okay?
Okay, sure, what is it?
It's a surprise. I'll call you when it gets in, okay? Gotta go, bye.
Now, in this day and age, a text message can also work great, especially if Marissa is nervous. Here's an example. Okay, whether on the phone or by text, The psychology of what Marissa said is as important as what she said. She basically planted 3 seeds. 1, the present. Look, everyone loves presents. John is excited to get a present, even if he doesn't know what it is. 2, dream vacation. By asking where John wants to go on his dream vacation, she has found out one of his travel hot buttons and can use this when she invites him later to the SVP. 3, expectation. Marissa has also created an expectation to be looking for her call in the future. Now, when she calls him in a few days, he will be excited to hear from her and learn more about his present. What's next? Well, if you were smart, you would sit there with her and make that exact same call or text with her to her other prospects. Why is that so important? Because by doing it with her, you are also training her how to do it with her SBAs down the road. It really does work like that. Next, you tell Marissa to call you the moment her buttons arrive, and this is where it gets good. Step 3, inviting to the SVP. Okay, so a few days have passed, Marissa calls you and is excited to have received her buttons. Now we go to the next step, inviting. Inviting is both an art and a science, but Marissa will have a lot of questions. Where will you have the event? What time? What day? Do I serve food? What should I wear? Look, there are hundreds of ways to have a successful SVP, but the most important part, it's not the hors d'oeuvres, it's the invitation. The key is to have fun. They will hear it in your voice. Learn to invite correctly and fill the room, and it won't matter where, when, or what you serve. Here's how to do it. First, talk to Marissa and pick a time for the SVP in the near future. This should be in the next 72 hours. You do not want to wait too long. Of course, some of the people on the list won't be able to make it on short notice, but you will be surprised when a present is on the line. People will make the time. It's called anticipation of gain, and it will work in your favor. If you can be there with Marissa when she calls, that's best. If not, give her this script to follow. The invitation should be short and sweet. Call the prospect back and tell them their present has arrived. Then tell them you're having a vacation party for a few friends. Give them the date. If they say they may not be able to make it, tell them, no problem, I can give the present to someone else, which hopefully will make them rethink their decision. And if they say, great, we'll be there, then of course, you don't have to do this takeaway close. Now, you can also do this by text, but it might not be quite as effective. But if Marissa is super nervous, it's better than no invitation at all. Next, you got it. Keep going down the list until you have called or texted every single person on the list. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, what if 20 people show up and I only have 10 buttons? Look, if 20 people show up, the only thing you are going to be worrying about is where to spend your $1,000 bonus and eventually where to park your new Bentley. Don't worry, we'll show you exactly what to do if that happens in the next chapter. Step 4, the Surge vacation party. Okay, Marissa has invited all of her guests and now it is Thursday. She's probably very excited and very nervous. Now, it is very important that you, as the sponsor, are at the party. Why? Because of a few reasons. 1, you have a vested interest in Marissa being successful. Since she is in your team builder group, her first 3 sales, the ones that get her 3 and free, will count directly towards your next $1,000 bonus. 2, she is nervous. This is the best shot at her top people. You don't want to leave it to chance. 3 is something we call duplication. We will explain that at the end. We recommend you show up 1 hour early to help Marissa set up. Now, a big question you will always get is how to set up the room for the party. Here's what works best. First, we recommend that you do not make a bunch of food. This is not a dinner party, it's a travel party. Now, if you want to have some chips and dip and some beverages, that's fine, but that's the most you need. Second, we recommend that you have some travel music playing. This could be reggae, calypso, island music, anything will work. This just helps set the mood. Third, have your computer out and have your Surge365 membership site up and running. This will be important later. Fourth, have the Surge365 12-minute opportunity video queued up and ready to play. Fifth, and this is most important, you want Marissa to go on her site and research a trip that she wants to go on. Why? Because if she hasn't purchased the trip yet, when she talks about it to her friends, she will be genuinely excited. Okay, now here's a tip. This may sound a little silly, but it works every time. About an hour before the event, start calling or texting each of the attendees with this message. Hey John, see you and Carol at 7. Oh, can you do me a favor and bring an extra bag of ice? Thanks. Believe it or not, this little trick can increase your attendance by up to 500%. It really works. Okay, the guests have arrived, and now it's showtime. As the guests start to mingle, we suggest that you, as the sponsor, hang out near the computer and ask people where their dream vacation would be. Do a live demonstration on Marissa's site. Make sure when you are searching that you look 4 or 5 months out and look at a vacation of at least 7 days. This will show the biggest bang for their buck. When you have a good-sized crowd, go ahead and start. Don't make the guests wait around too long or wait on one person who may not even show up. It's important that these people see that it really is a short meeting. Ask everyone around a quick question. Just say,
if you could go anywhere in the world on a dream vacation, where would you like to go?
Berlin. Paris. Yes.
Berlin, that's nice. Paris, who said Paris?
Then, after everyone has answered, just say, great, let's watch this short video and then I'll give you your present, a free, easy travel button with a $250 credit for you. Okay, let's watch. Then, simply play the 12-minute video. At the end, have Marissa say,
here's a trip that I just researched, okay? It's a week at an all-inclusive 5-star resort in Mexico, okay? This place is insane. And the price on my website, I'll save over 80%. I would love for you all to become members and learn how to make money just by handing out free buttons. Anybody have any questions?
Then you, the sponsor, take the questions. Your goal is to get 3 of those people interested in buying that night. Most people will not simply say, give me my button and leave, but if they do, that's fine. What happens if you have more guests than buttons on hand? Don't sweat it. Just tell them you will get some more next week. You can always order extra buttons in your back office. As the sponsor, your job is to help Marissa answer questions and identify the potential members and any potential builders. If they just want to be members, great. Take their credit card right then and get them set up. Remember, they will still get 10 buttons shipped to them, and Marissa can follow up with those later. Now, what if someone is interested in the business? If they ask questions like, how much money can you make? Here is what you do. You help Marissa help them make their list right there on the spot. Why will that seem natural to Marissa? Because that is what you did with her. That is the key to duplication. Then, schedule a time to do a one-on-one with Marissa and her prospects. If you can, you should be there to help, showing Marissa one more time the process so she gets comfortable to do the one-on-one by herself with her next recruits. Now, Marissa knows exactly what to do. Her job is to help create the invitation list for her guest's SVP. She will then be the expert for the SBAs in her team builder group. Sounds too easy, right? Well, it is that simple. It works. It's proven. This business model of parties has been around for 60 years. Why? Because it works. When you couple a party system like that and the fun and excitement of premium vacations at value pricing, the sky's the limit. You can do this. Let's go.